lifeless souls you reap. Godspeed, Godspeed. Godspeed, Godspeed to the lifeless souls you reap. Godspeed, Godspeed.
What? Face dances?
Face dances tonight.
Wait, what? That's face pants? What did you say?
Yeah, this is a new song. It's called Face Pants. After a long sad cocoon, I wake up lucky by the side of this electric gentle mystery boy, alive with possibility beyond impossibility. You're still here. You're still here. Sweet, sweet, sweetness man, how does your garden grow? Like a kiss match. How does your garden grow? Like a kiss, like a song, like a honey song, like a kiss, like a song, like a honey song.
I could almost taste Thailand as a sweet tom yum passed tongue to tummy. Cause back in the day on sale, my pocketbook only let me shoot ball GNR style down at Pizza Central. Oh, you player haters, wait for me in the STP. I'm yours, but you can't catch up or get with me. I'm worldwide, mile for mile. I get there to make a lady smile. Hallmark superstar gets buck wild. I made love first in the country. I came fast and first, like I was ready to burn. But I trained this TikTok to rock on my blog called Selfie. Now the ladies check the clock, cause Hallmark can't stop. Oh, you player haters, wait for me in the STP. But you can't catch up or get with these. I'm worldwide, mile for mile. I get paid to make ladies smile. I'm your new baby daddy stepchild. I'm gonna ride you all over St. Paul. Now break out the road, Hummer, Mall. But it's not all sex in the Midwest. We count our money, call it bread.
We call
Drink
bread.
40s and smoke mad sex.
40s.
Take a time out to
Humiliate
the chicken head.
chicken heads. Baby's got an oversized rump. It's that time of the month. Oh, dirty person wants to hump. Wants to hump. Baby daddy straighten up his DP. Wants to hump. Grand Avenue is my street. Dirty person between the sheets. Dumb brothers and spuds are down the way. Oh, by the way, that crap is lame. Yeah.
Oh,
Sing
you
it, Harper.
player haters, wait for me in the STP.
St. Paul.
But you can't catch up or get with me.
Yeah.
I'm worldwide, mile for mile. Lovers turn into monsters at the loss of all affection, almost like it was the affection that kept them from being monsters. And I could have used some warning. I was on that porch all morning, smoking cigarettes and sinking deeper into doubt. Could it be I am mistaken if I stolen somebody's baby? Is it possible for two people to need the same thing? It's just the lines that get so blurry between what is wanted and required, and I don't know on which side his heart falls. But I know where mine is buried. It is so far from me wanting. It needs us to keep beating. It won't go on without it. And if I'm still weighed down with subtleties, then I'll just come right out and say it. And I think that I deserve her more than anyone's deserved anything. And maybe I am selfish, but there is no way to share this. There's not enough to go around. I don't care who else gets hurt, but I'm still sick with empathy, because I once stood in his place. I spent a year quietly dying while he let go and ignored her. And I'm sure that there were reasons for everything that happened, and absence leads to adoration. Yeah, it's nobody's fault, but now there is no way to change this. Time has photographed and framed it, and it's hanging in a hallway that we have no right to walk back down. But I hope that he feels better. But I'm sick of all the drama. I can't stand to see her crying. I just want this shit to end, and I want a place to hang out where record players play, and there's 1,000 movies rented for 1,000 nights with her.
dishonest, just for fun, luck. We cannot let ourselves fall prey to this line of reasoning. Intelligence is not a warm summit inn. It is a crest of a wave, as volatile and uncertain as the forces that brought it in, thereby creating infinite paths to dumbness back down again. Like one, not one of us exempt from the possibility of neuroplaque buildup. Like two, physical damage can come from external forces as well. A violent car crash or more subtle blow to your head. Out goes intelligence. Like three, long-term success is often built around a limited number of characteristics the hero champions. When these are repeatedly thrown back in his face, or simply from long-term use of these traits, the hero can become these and manifest these instead of the brilliance that was once behind these. Like four, there's a popular theory that struggle yields success, not restricted to class, but relative to each individual. At any level, someone's focus can move elsewhere, and true struggle may be forgotten. I believe success can be one of these blinders. Call this laziness, but I believe it's just lost. Like five, again not restricted to class, a simple change in environment, like one's diet, people surrounding them, etc., can rear greatness or raise potential. In comes dumbness. Like six, not far removed from number one, inspiration cannot be caged, as if religious, but no doubt just not yet understood. Its immobilizing power can dry up overnight, never to call upon you again. Call this novelty, or call this anti-novelty. Its source may never be known. Like seven, ad infinitum.
is a job, pays a lot, is it this servicing someone? And is it good to get these men worked up so sad, so sexual?
I never look at my love too long because slowly creeping down the prairie trail. Everything is sleeping, all but the nightingale. Soon the moon will be climbing across the purple sky. haunting this prairie lullaby. Tumble to bed, my child, my little sleepy head. The stars are in the sky. Now that your prayers are said, my little sleepy head, to this prairie lullaby. Saddle up your ponies to sail with you, lead you down a trail of dreams. Stumble to bed, my child, a little old sleepy head, this prairie lullaby.
Yes, we were so done. Danielson is coming up next. Thanks again, you guys.
I can see right through them tight white pants, and it's time to change the diapers. I suppose that you got clean clothes, but it's time to change the diapers.
Okay, you're recording, go. Oh, that's good. Okay. Oh, don't just... Neil, you can't just drop the microphone. Because it's kind of expensive equipment. What do you have to say for yourself?
This is Connor,
Right now, so
and my roommate Joe's band, Ambulance,
try to be nice.
is really, I think they're really good, and so I asked him if I could put some songs on this CD. So the next 3 songs are by him, and thank you for listening
Where's your mouth?
to this.
Where's your nose?
Okay.
There's nothing? Okay, well... You're not interested?
You came by yourself, but you left in a train, following close to whatever is in front of you. The rails lay in their beds from Boston to Maine, and they trick themselves, dream about waking up. So we fold like paper into the desk's top drawer. Something I was writing into a tunnel's dark mouth. Boxes have disappeared, but we laughed out loud. For each one we never opened, so now the poets can guess at what we might have had. For all that loveliness, my page is still just snow. So I follow your footprints, fill buckets with tears, and with that hot water I will make tea for you. Now you say that you're sick, but I think you're just bored of my jumbled words, so inarticulate. But you told me one time we were two twisted vines green and inseparable, but that sturdy of a weed just isn't possible. So I will change my name. You can pretend you never knew me, and we'll fill up our floors with the discarded clothes. A skirt pulled from under my bed, something I loved on you. Can you tell by my face, 'cause I think that it shows. It is confusing here. Feels like I'm in a fog.
Senses fluid